Hello and welcome to Anything Goes, and it's our Easter edition. I just thought I'd brighten up the place a little bit. Spring is here, and I'm wishing all of you a happy Easter. How are you, Jason?
I'm doing well. How about you, Danielle?
I'm doing good. I'm doing
Are
good
you?
considering,
It's
well,
like midnight, or what time is it now?
6 minutes past. We're late. I'm sorry we're late. We got into a bit of a discussion before the show, and
Yes.
we'll talk about that
Then
later.
yeah, we'll talk about that later. Daniela has this weird idea that cookies aren't cookies, that they're biscuits, and it's
Look,
terrible.
let's stop because I'm not going to get into another argument. I'm actually all right, but I am tired because I have had a long week doing
Yes,
the
you have.
expedition, which was at one
Mm-hmm.
o'clock every morning. I'm not complaining because I love doing it and I wanted to bring the updates and it was fun. But it takes it out of you a little bit, and I've had to
Yeah.
have a
Well,
little
it's
nap.
like it's not complaining when you're like it's 1 in the friggin' morning. I mean, you know, a week of doing that, it's going to take it out of anybody. It's not complaining. It's like, I don't want to complain, but you beating me with this stick
Yeah,
is uncomfortable. I mean, yeah, dude, you're fine. I would imagine you would be tired. You should. In fact, it would be weird if you weren't tired.
exactly. So tonight I thought we'll just take it easy tonight. I know, and I want to say again, thank you for 3,000 subscribers. Just a little bit over that now, which is amazing. And I've got new people here, so maybe I should explain what Hidden Existence is about. There's a
Please.
variety of stuff. It's a variety of stuff, all about life, really, and what goes on and how we deal with it and experiences. On a Saturday, I'll be doing some sort of Bigfoot, paranormal, cryptid kind of thing. Um, as you know, if you watched last night, I was having used to do the Bigfoot Cafe on a Saturday night.
Mm-hmm.
Jay, my co-host, has had to kind of back out a little bit, back off, and deal with some stuff that he needs to do. Life gets
Mm-hmm.
busy, and priorities, and I understand totally. And he needs to just do what he needs to do, and that's absolutely fine. So the Bigfoot Cafe is going to get a bit of some alterations and refurbishments. It's going to be put on hold for a little bit, but I will be here on a Saturday night doing something. Also going to be here on a Thursday night with Tex in a couple of
Mm-hmm.
weeks, and we're going to be following some true crime stuff, maybe a little bit about cults and criminals and how the mind works.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so that's going to be interesting. Looking forward to that. And on a Sunday, of course, which is one of my favourite nights, because I get to catch up with Jason and we do Anything Goes, where we talk about literally anything. It can be food, it can be the weather, it could be Jason's good looks and his success.
Mm-hmm.
And, cookies,
Cookies.
important one, soft, hard. They should be crunchy, but let's not go into that. Uh, don't
The-
like the soft ones. I think they're a bit gone off a little bit, day old. Susan Prisman has
I can see
had
that.
London broil and grilled shrimp.
Ooh.
Oh, we had London broil and grill show after the grill caught fire. Oh dear. Well, that was a bit of a well done meal.
Yeah.
Things happen. Things happen. I hope you managed to,
Yeah.
save a little bit of that. So if there's anybody new in tonight, hello and welcome. And if you've got any questions for me or Jason, or about the channel or anything, stick them up in the chat in caps so I can see them properly. And sorry,
Yeah.
yes,
Gene's right on that one.
and this one must be chewy.
See, but I agree with Gene though. Like if you're not dunking them into milk, then yes, chewy is the way to go. But if you dunk them, then they do need to have that resilience. They need to be hard, like an Oreo, right? Which y'all have some weird abomination of a name for. You want the crunchy ones that way with the milk, so it absorbs it, and then you can just saying.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, well, we're gonna have to think about this one. Biscuits are hard and crunchy. Cookies are crunchy on the outside, but nice and soft on the inside. I
And
just
of course,
get the
they
mix.
but this is the problem, right? Because biscuits to me are flaky and they're and they're savory, and you put butter on them, as God
Yeah.
intended.
This is wrong. This is
Mhm.
wrong. We're gonna have to. Do you know? I'm gonna send you some biscuits, and you
I
can.
know what y'all call biscuits. Aren't you
Yeah,
coming down for October?
yeah.
Have I heard this?
No, we're not announced it yet.
Okay, well, never mind. I didn't say anything. Sorry, I kind of forgot that we were on. That we were on for a second.
Jason.
Yeah. All right. All right.
Anyway, let's move on. Look, spring is here as well,
Look,
and
biscuits.
yeah.
Biscuits.
And what do people do in spring? Is anybody doing a spring clean, like a clear out, like a de-hoarding session? Because I've just done. I got myself a 4-ton skip, which you'll know as a dumpster because
Okay.
you're American. We have this complicated aubergine thing going on.
Yes,
And
we do.
I filled it to the top in one day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, we've been trying to do the same thing, actually. Get rid of a bunch of stuff, and yeah.
What do you hold on to? What do you think's important to hold on to?
Well, so that would change by decade in my life. I've really gotten down to the only thing worth holding on to are things that you use on a daily or at least bi-yearly basis, and things again, emotional importance and usefulness. That's it. Because we hold on to so many things thinking, well, we'll use them in the future. No, you're not. Like, just I've come to that point where, like, you know what? I don't need an inflatable raft that I've inherited from 3 other friends. Right? Like, you got passed along, and I'm like, now it's sitting there in my house, and I'm like, what am I doing with this thing? Why do I have these things? Why am I holding on to VCR cassettes? Why am I holding on to DVDs when everything's digital now? So, it's things like that. We're trying to get a lot of old clothes out, trying to just get everything paired back to what we actually use, right? On a like I said, at least semi-annual basis. Everything else, like, because you think, well, if I get rid of it, I'll need it. No, you won't. You won't. You bought the cheap thing anyway. Just get rid of the cheap thing and just buy it again the next time you need it. Because let's be honest, you're gonna need it like 5 years from now. All it's doing is taking up space. Now you can't find, and then you can't find it anyway. When you actually need it, because you got to bury it under 10 other things, you'll never find it when you actually need it. You're buying anyway. So that's where I'm at.
It's crazy, isn't it? I've got a drawer in the kitchen, and I got like dividers, a set of dividers in it. So it's got little 8 compartments of stuff I've never touched in the time that I put them in there with the dividers. It's like, why don't I just throw them away? What is wrong with me? They're just little bits and pieces of stuff that, like you say, I'm never going to use. This is a great idea. Unfortunately, everything's locked down for months. Like the last 2 months, nothing's been open. But I do have a pile of books that I'm going to be taking somewhere where I know they'll be sieved through and then passed on to whoever else wants to have a look through them. So,
I just saw chocolate gravy, and I'm trying to figure that out.
What?
That's what I'm saying. Isn't that just chocolate sauce?
Biscuit and chocolate gravy. Mike, please explain. Chocolate gravy.
Yeah.
This is something new. We've never discussed chocolate gravy. I mean,
I've never heard of it.
Cooked with chocolate, but
yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, like, there's chocolate syrup, but I've never heard of chocolate gravy. All right.
Chocolate and beef gravy. I don't know what.
Well,
I don't even know what gravy means anymore, to be honest. And
Thank you. Because, like, my wife and my kids love the cooking channels because they can't eat gluten, so they like watching and there's all kinds of, they're putting chocolate, they'll put like chocolate in, like dark chocolate and things that are savory, and I'm like, why are you putting chocolate in stuff? But I guess it's a thing. I have to admit, though, chocolate with chili peppers, I like that. That is awesome.
Oh yeah, and sea salt.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
The salt's a nice one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Joey Hayes, any opinion on the is that angel hair phenomenon? Reports around light in the sky. Have you heard about that?
No, I haven't.
Is that on YouTube? Maybe. Shall I have a quick look?
Let's take a quick look, because I haven't. Gravy with chocolate gravy. No, I'm not that adventurous.
Sorry, I'm just gonna try and find this.
Yeah, no, please, because I don't even see the things. You can...
You have
Yeah,
to
I
help
guess
me
we
out.
do need.
Zoe. Give me a bit more details for me to look that up, and then we'll have a look at it and see what it is. Let me go back now. Yeah, chocolate gravy with chocolate. Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, my brain is
Maybe
frying at this idea.
we're just the weird ones, and not them. Oh, it's a thing. It's a thing. It's like donut glaze with cocoa powder in it.
Huh. Okay.
Interesting.
I'll. I they may not have it here with.
You, Katie.
Yeah. Maybe they don't have it here where I'm at. It's sort of like I'd never heard of poutine until like 2 years ago. And it's basically just French fries, like large steak fries, but then it's like covered with like gravy and cheese curds. And of course, I'm looking at this and I'm like, okay, well, it sounds like chili fries. You know, that's what we do. It's French fries with cheese and chili on it. I mean, just a different version of it, just a Yankee northern version of it. But there's all kinds of weird things that are sort of, regional ideas, but they just don't go outside for some reason.
Thank you, Seven Pearls, for a recipe there.
Okay.
Use cocoa, sugar, flour,
Sugar,
and milk.
flour, and milk. Okay.
Sounds interesting. Not sure. I'll try. Who knows? I can't even get over the biscuits with gravy thing yet, and now to add chocolate. It's like spiderweb material that dissipates quick. Is this something in the sky? I'm gonna have a look now. Oh, I've got a link there. I need to get it out from the chat. If you can just keep it going, Jason, while I try.
I will keep it going. So I see that there's someone in the comment said it's not poutine, it's poutine.
Chocolate gravy. Sorry, Mike. I thought it was the thing that
you thought it was the angel hair thing. So here's the thing, I heard it from a Canadian. So I don't know if maybe it's a Canadian name for it or what, or that's how they pronounce it. I'm just saying that's how I heard it. It's not a Texas thing. I didn't even know it existed. Like I said, we just have.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, it is.
Exactly. Yeah. Sylvia thinks it's a northern thing.
Mm-hmm.
Could be.
Probably.
Gumbo fries.
Okay, I can see that.
Gumbo fries. I've never.
Basically, it's like fries and you just pour gumbo on it. I mean, it's kind of the same thing. Yeah. But I don't know. I wouldn't. Although, if I'm eating gumbo, I got to have it on a fluffy bed of rice because that's how you do it. That's how you do it right.
Yeah. I was just going to mention gumbo fry. Yeah. Do you not think? I don't know who I was talking. I think it was Tex. I was talking about how I like food quite simple. I don't mean just simple, but I don't mean covered in sauce all the time. Are you not losing some of the niceness of maybe your meats or your veggies because you've just slapped sauce all over it? Is that a thing? Do you not like just like a nice plain grilled fish with lemon and butter, parsley?
Well, so here's the thing. A lot of it comes back to, I really do love the history of food. The reason we have so many different sauces and things is because it's really poverty, right? It's the food you're eating had already turned, and so it was a way of compensating for that aspect. Or it was the cheap stuff. It was like, and I won't say who got in trouble for it, but someone got in trouble a few years ago because they were eating this big fancy steak and they put ketchup on it. And of course, everyone's like, "Why is he eating it with ketchup?" It's like, because it is tradition to eat it with like a ketchup or a sauce or whatever. Because the problem is where he grew up, the people group from which he grew up, they didn't eat really expensive, well flavorful steaks or things like that. It was cheap cuts of meat. It was hard cuts of meat. So a lot of these things are more handed down by tradition. Again, like what is like biscuits and gravy? That's a Southern thing, and it's always a sausage gravy. But it evolved from the tradition of poverty. And we don't think of it as being or like a casserole. Casseroles evolved out of poverty. We don't
Yeah.
think of it that way. But I get what you're saying. It's like if you have a good cut of meat, you don't want to drown it in sauce. If you've got it, if you've got a good, nice salmon, you don't want to cover it in something.
Yeah, I get
completely.
ribs and stuff like that. But meat. I guess it's just what you're used to, isn't it?
Well, it's like I got people who smoke briskets for hours, like 6 to 8 hours, right? So it is amazing. You don't need anything with it. But then when they throw that sauce on there, you get this homemade sauce. There's nothing better in life. And again, it goes back to brisket was originally the cheap stuff, but you learn how. But every culture develops a way of cooking it and making it flavorful, and so usually that does involve, seasoning or sauces or whatever.
Yes. I've just got something. Sorry, I'm trying to do this multitasking thing and it doesn't work.
It doesn't work. I just saw a cheese omelet on George Foreman. I used to own actually, I think I probably still own it. I just haven't used it. Dude, the George Foreman grill is an amazing thing.
How do you do an omelet though? Because it's on a slant, isn't it?
I don't know. I've never tried to do an omelet, but I can see it working though.
Yeah. At work, they used to, where I worked at, they had this machine. It was kind of like an oval shape, and you made your omelets in it. And it was brilliant. It's brilliant, like oval shaped, thick omelets. I like omelets. Mark Carroll, I can't elaborate because I don't do that. The biscuits and the gravy, that's the Jason will be the best one to elaborate. But I think you've probably picked up the idea that Americans have biscuits with their dinners. And
it depends. Well, again, this goes back to what does a biscuit mean to you? For you, your biscuits are like cookies for us, but for us, biscuits are flaky pastries. They're not, but they're savory. They're not sweet. And then you have a white gravy, usually sausage gravy, to go with it, and it's amazing. And there's nothing better in life than eating that. And I'm sorry that those of you across the pond do not get to revel in the joy of biscuits and gravy.
Yeah, we just don't have the means to do it with. I wouldn't, I don't have the biscuits to do it with. So, but one day I might try and make some.
I saw a question about the keto diet. My general thought on diets, I have lost a little bit of weight. I'm trying to lose another 100 pounds. But my thought on it, there is no one diet that works for everybody. That's my general thought. Everyone's different. We come from different places. For some people, keto is the way to go because of insulin resistance. For some people, they want to go do something else. The problem is there's things like genetic history, blood type, your personal life. These all go in your psychology. These all go into diets, right? Into changing. So if you want to lose weight, you're going to have to find the one that works best for you. Not everyone responds to the same thing the same way. So.
I'm just going through to see what people were saying. Gumbo. I've got some gumbo soup because I hear you all talk about gumbo, and I was in one of the supermarkets the other day and saw seafood gumbo soup, and it sounds good. I've just not had it yet.
So gumbo
really
again.
Gumbo, though, is it?
Well, but that's the problem, right? It's a lot of things are. So okay, I'm gonna take it away from gumbo, put it back to chili for just 2 seconds, but it's the same idea. Like if there are people who will get into fights over whether or not beans and should be in chili, and the problem is true Texas. Yeah, well, again, that depends on who you're talking to. Otherwise, it's a pinto bean. But that's the thing. Like true Texas red chili does not have beans in it, like at all. But there are other kinds of chili that you can put like kidney beans on it. You can put pinto beans in it, but it's not a Texas red chili. So the problem is a lot of these things exist on spectrums, right? And so it's like gumbo. There are lots of ways to do gumbo, and it's still gumbo. It's more about the flavor profile. But you could have like a gumbo soup that you pour over rice. You can have it where it's all mixed in. Again, it's one of those things where it's a lot of them are regional variances of dishes, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I get that. I think this is just a kind of take on it, isn't it? Somehow. Guys, I've just put a new emoji in the chat, and yeah, you're right, Tex. If it's canned, if anything's canned, it's not really real, is it? It's been processed at some point. Beans, yeah, we have kidney beans in our chili over here.
Now I will admit again, I'm a 5th generation Texan, so I get to speak on this. I'll put pinto beans in my chili if I want to stretch it out. Like if I just say it's chili with beans. I don't, I think that's sort of the thing is you can put beans in chili. It's just chili with beans. It's not. But again, what does chili mean? That changes from region to region. Like Texas, you got like Wolf brand chili. Like a true Texas red chili is a thing unto itself. And in many ways, it's very, very different from, like, say, a traditional Southern chili. So it's just, it's regional variants based on tradition. Who was making it? You probably 100 years ago. What food did you have access to 100 years ago? Right?
Yeah.
Like we're really spoiled by the food that we have access to.
Yeah. I mean, when you call a chili, we call it chili con carne. Is that what you call it?
Yeah, basically. Well, yeah. I mean, we just shortened it to chili because we have Tex-Mex, so con carne usually means it's sort of at that point you're moving on to a Tex-Mex dish, right? Or to Mexican food, and so we just called it chili.
Yeah. Okay. You'd think it'd just be cheaper with the beans, and the meat was added later, so it's always had beans in it. Is that what you said?
No. Well, no. It's again, certain regions they put beans in. I put beans, or I use beans, and then add chili to it. But again, I make the chili as well, right? So it's to make it spread out further. But again, it goes back to how a lot of these ideas come from the food that was regionally available and the traditions. So
Chili World Competition does not allow beans in chili.
And that is because they are looking for a very specific set of chili. Once you start throwing things like beans in there, it changes what you're trying to do. It's sort of like years ago, and I thought it was cheating. They had this show called Battle Bobby Flay or whatever, and like they would take people, they would make them think that the Food Network was doing a profile on them, and then the result at the end of the day was you had to make your specialty dish, and Bobby Flay had to sort of reverse engineer it and make it better. Well, and I thought that was it was cheating because like one woman had made the best macaroni and cheese. Everyone said it was the best macaroni and cheese ever. Well, then he starts doing things, right? Like adding ham and these other things. And I'm like, the problem is what she's making is a side dish. What he's making is a primary dish, right? And those are two different philosophies. And so I think it's the same with, you start adding beans to a chili, you've made it into sort of a different idea. Texas red chili does not have beans, period, in the story. When they do the world chili cook-offs, that is what they're doing, right? They're doing Texas red chili. It's a very specific thing because once you open it up to beans, then you have all these other ingredients you can add to it that all of these things may be good, but it's not a Texas red chili.
I need to look into this a bit more.
Yeah,
Brenda, they do kidney beans. Love that in chili.
Ranch style beans. Beans are good. It just again, it just changes the nature of the chili that you're eating.
Now baked beans. Joey Hayes saying cheese on potato waffles and Bachelors. I don't think I've had Bachelors baked beans. I've had Heinz. Do you have like beans and tomato sauce on?
Yeah,
like a jacket potato on toast and things like that.
All kinds of things. Yeah, we usually call them Boston baked beans, but yeah, I mean it's a sweet bean kind of a thing. I'm not a fan of sweet beans in any sort. I'm just not. I'm a picky eater.
Yeah, I guess that these are sweet then, aren't they? They're in a tomatoey. But yeah, I like them when they're cooked a lot, really cooked down and really thick and. No, and I like this as well. Deep fried Camembert cheese.
Never had it, but it does sound. I love cheese, so
you can do it in breadcrumbs, and then deep fry it and have it with cranberry sauce.
Oh, so it's like a mozzarella stick.
No, Camembert's like round, and it has a skin on it. You can actually eat the skin on it. It's like a white skin, but you could put it into quarters and then egg flour, egg rather, breadcrumbs.
Yeah,
Deep
and then
fry
you
it.
deep fry it. Yeah.
Oh,
Well, that's
honestly.
still a mozzarella stick. It's deep fried, but it's
Oh
a
yeah,
different
it's
cheese. So yeah.
it's different cheese. It's a lot softer than mozzarella. That is really nice to have. Hot peppers too. Yeah. Well, this is it. A chili to me is a hot pepper. We call them chilies. This is a
Yes.
confusing thing, isn't it? Call them
Yeah.
hot peppers, call them chilies.
Well, and chili peppers, and yeah, it's so you have regional names, and then you have and then you have some things that have regional names, but then they also have alternative names, and then they have it's like anything else.
But we'd say something like bird's eye chili or the jalapeno or the other names. I can't remember. It's a lot hotter than that. Oh yeah, bubble and squeak. Have we talked bubble and squeak? Yeah, just a
no. So I don't think we necessarily have a true equivalent for bubble and squeak. However, I've had bubble and squeak, and it's I don't know. I don't think we have a real equivalent to it. I mean, I guess you could argue. Try to think about it. Yeah, not really. Not really. I don't think there's like an official dish that Texans would eat that's an equivalent, but I know what it is. I've had it. I like it.
I used to make ketchup sandwiches as a kid.
I feel you, Meredith, right here.
Yeah. I used to eat some funny sandwiches as a kid. A crisp sandwich.
Oh, everyone does that. Everyone does that. But of course, we would call them chips. So
chip sandwich, yeah. And I used to love just sliced tomatoes and loads of salad cream sandwiches.
Salad cream?
Oh, have you not had salad cream?
Sour cream.
No, salad cream.
Is that like a mayonnaise? Is it like an egg-based?
It's like a sour mayonnaise, I guess.
Okay.
A bit more of a,
kind
of tartness. Not tart, it's sharp. I'm surprised you haven't got it.
Well, we may have a different version of it. Because we have mayonnaise, but then we have Miracle Whip, and Miracle Whip is more tangy, and it is seen as a salad dressing. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's the same thing, or similar.
Egg yolk and vinegar.
Yeah, mustard. That's a mayonnaise. Okay. Yeah.
Well, it's funny story.
Funny story about mayonnaise, because I think it's probably the same thing that we're talking about. But there is so I was on a long drive with my oldest son, and there's this scene in the show where one of the characters' mother turns and says, "Hey, would you like to eat mayonnaise with me?" And I'm trying not to vomit in my mouth. The idea of eating just straight mayonnaise. But he then informed me that there is that apparently in Japan, he explained the emulsion process is different, but that Japan, they have this very, very different mayonnaise, and it's essentially still it's a correct translation to call it mayonnaise, but it's a very different product. It's essentially an altogether different product that in many ways it's almost like a Cheese Whiz, but it's not cheese. It is still egg based, it's still vinegar based, but it's a different profile. And it's just, so I think it could be something like that, where it's we're talking the same thing, but they are different things. They're still, mayonnaise is just an emulsified egg yolk product, but the way you do them makes them very, very different. So who knows? But I've had mayonnaise sandwiches. Love it.
Yeah, I do too. What did I say? Something like mustard sandwiches. French mustard. I think it would have to be, because English mustard's really hot.
Oh, I love hot. I love spicy mustard.
I do like the English mustard, but it's got quite a bit of a kick to it. Mama Sabi one. We need to bring Daniela here for Regional Culinary Delights. I'd love to. There's so much I'd like to try. I wouldn't know where to start, to be honest. But
Well,
Yeah,
it's like anything else. You start somewhere.
exactly. Start with the starters,
Yeah.
basically, and then
Start with that. Start with appetizers.
start
There you go.
appetizers. That's the one, and then work my way up. Yeah, I do, but it's this stringy bit on the celery that really does my head in. When you get those stringy, you just
Yes. Well, so the beauty of celery is that it's not actually food.
what is it? What is
It's a
it?
plant that doesn't want to be eaten. It's of no nutritional value, which is why we eat it, because it has no nutritional value, and so it doesn't really count towards calories.
Mm,
It's
yeah,
like it's trying its best not to be food, and we're like, we're going to eat you anyway.
yeah, it takes it out of you, doesn't it? Trying to
Yeah.
get through it. Teriyaki. I eat crisp sage and onion stuffing on its own. I could go for that. I could. Oh yeah, in a little pan and baked little squares and yeah. Oh, nice. Marta Sandwich. I think that was Gary Spice Senior mentioning like was it fried tomato or just green tomatoes? I like fried tomatoes.
Yeah. Fried
Fried.
green tomatoes. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I guess it's something we don't do a lot of here, but if anyone's had a bad crop of tomatoes after the summer,
Marianne Souza said she's allergic to celery. You know what? This is the truth. So everyone's allergic to something. The problem is some people are just allergic. Like I'm allergic to marijuana. I learned that in art school. I'm not a fan. Like I'm just personally not a fan of drugs in general, but trust me, everyone else was, and I learned real fast that I'm highly allergic to marijuana smoke. But like humans can be allergic to anything, and it makes no sense. So I believe it.
it's weird stuff.
Uh-huh.
Shout out to Haley Keys. Was it? Yeah, for Joey. Hi, Haley.
Hi, Haley.
Are you watching, Haley? It's going to be late anyway because Joey's in Ireland, so he's up late with me.
Oh.
Yeah, 20 to 1 in the morning. Peanut butter and raw onion. Now,
No, not doing it.
raw onion with sliced beef on a sandwich is amazing.
Okay, yes, and like I prefer my hamburgers with raw chopped onion.
Oh yeah,
But chopped onions and peanut butter, not doing it. So actually, one of my best friends in the world, told me about this. It's called a dishwater dog. Comes out of Chicago. It's a hot dog, but you put crunchy peanut butter on it. I have known of this thing for like 20 years. I've still not tried it, and I don't think I'm about to try it now.
no. It's
Like I can even see it. Like if it's not a sweet peanut butter, like it's a savory peanut butter, crunchy. I can see that being a thing, and maybe even putting chopped onions on that. Like maybe I can see that all working. I'm just not going to do it.
Yeah, I might try that. Sounds interesting.
Yeah.
You just never know, do you? These things that go together, and you can be very surprised.
Yeah.
And I guess some, pregnant women when they go through that craving stuff, they eat some crazy combinations, can't they?
Yes, they will. Yeah, it's a hormone thing. It's the most bizarre thing I've ever seen. And although, what's worse than the cravings are pica, where they will pregnant women have been known just to eat dirt.
Oh, right.
Things that aren't food. No one knows why. A lot of thoughts have been, well, maybe they're trying to get some sort of a mineral or a nutrient they're not getting, and their body's like, just eat this because maybe that has it. Nobody knows why. There's no clue. There's no theory that anyone's like, yep, that's got to be it. But yeah, pica, it's a thing. So,
any ladies in the chat who had weird cravings, let me know what you had, what you liked, and if you were ever, inspired to eat soil or anything like that through your pregnancy. That would be interesting to know. 50 days. Yeah, that would be amazing, wouldn't it? Going state to state.
Well, but one state a day, that's
one meal a day. What more I don't need any more than that. I mean,
I suppose, but then I mean, like Texas, like if you just came to Texas, what's the one thing you would eat? I mean, that's
Mm.
I mean that that's sort of the thing. Like there are probably regional specialties, but like Texas, it's like you've got the barbecue side, right?
Well,
But then you've also got the Tex-Mex side, and that Tex-Mex side that's a broad spectrum of foods.
we'll say I come to visit you for a day. What would be the best 3 dishes that you think I have to try above everything else?
Okay, so if it was just representing Texas, I get my friend's brisket. I would do Wolf Brand chili, and then I would do sour cream chicken enchiladas with
Oh,
with appropriate queso as a side dish.
wow. What's that?
See, there you go. See, that's
What is that?
what the queso or the sour cream chicken enchiladas.
No, the queso.
It's like a okay. So
Is
it's
that a
it's
shortcut?
cheese.
Oh, of course, yeah. Got
Yeah,
you.
it's cheese dip but it's mixed with salsas, and there's a lot of different ways to do it. You can put chili in it. I love a good chili queso, but yeah, maybe like maybe split, have some chili queso and then some good cheese dip. The best is honestly Velveeta which is just non-cheese product with Rotel. That's your staple. That's how you do it right.
Sounds getting hungry, actually. Getting
Yeah.
hungry. And we've got another bit to go yet.
But then, of course, you got to do RC Cola and a moon pie. That's also something you got to do because that's a tradition thing. And none of that's going to make any sense to you until you've actually eaten it.
Yeah.
I have no idea how to describe a moon pie outside of the fact that it's a sweet, sugary chocolate thingy with like things in it, like marshmallow. It's weird. It's a weird thing, but it's delicious.
Sounds
And you
weird.
have to have an RC Cola with it out of tradition because those were the 2 cheapest products you could buy at a dime store. And it was tradition to eat it because the people who, during the 30s, when they were doing a lot of these construction projects for the government, that like they only had like 10 cents for lunch, and that was what you could buy.
Wow.
So there you go.
Yeah, I have to try that. Spinach and eggs.
Yeah.
I love spinach. I definitely make more of an omelette with that, I think.
Oh yeah, spinach omelet.
Oh, cheese.
Okay, there is a spinach and cheese calzone that
Calzone.
We call them calzones.
I like how the fingers like that. I'm telling you,
it's a calzone. Dang it! No, it's amazing. It's amazing. And I sneak spinach into my pasta sauce, and my kids are like, "Why are you putting spinach and things like spinach and broccoli into our pasta sauce?" I'm like, "So you'll eat vegetables?" And they're like, "We're not eating it. You are going to eat it." I had to cut up real fine, but it's like the spinach works in a good red pasta sauce. It works really well. So does broccoli. Even my wife looks at me like, "What are you doing?"
I just love spinach as it is. Even don't cook it, just stick it in anything and eat it. Yeah, nice. Elvis put peanut butter on his cheeseburgers. Wow.
Yep. I heard. Yes, Elvis. Well, but Elvis had some other things going for him.
He did.
Yep.
Oh, Reese's buttercup. Now I used to like. Do you know what? Funnily enough, I shouldn't really, but I am. I have the. I like the little sticks. I love them. I've got one left. I'm gonna have it after the show.
Yes, I love Reese's peanut butter cups. Yeah,
I did like them, but I think I probably put a lot of weight on eating too many of them because they're just full on, aren't they? Sugar, butter, and all the peanut and stuff. But yeah, they are amazing.
Actually, so I have to admit, I was bad yesterday. I got some Reese's Pieces because I went to go see Godzilla versus King Kong with some friends of mine. And so I got the popcorn and I got the Reese's Pieces, and I'm like, "Yep, that's how you do it."
Oh, Interesting.
Yeah.
Pregnancy made me eat salami. Never had it before, not since. Oh, I love salami.
No, yeah. Salami's
Nice.
awesome.
Oh, yeah, definitely a bit of chili in it as well. Peppercorn, when they put peppercorns in it, and you get a nice.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Peanut butter and honey, yes. Can
Okay,
see
yeah,
that.
yeah. I've done that. Yeah.
Sweet, yeah, nice. Um,
Yes, Matrix 7 it was.
What's that? Sorry.
He was just he was Matrix 7 was agreeing that Godzilla versus Kong was amazing.
Right, okay. I ate dirt when I was a kid. Matrix 7.
Well, but there's a kid, but there's a difference between being a kid and being pregnant. I'm just saying.
Yeah. There's a connection there, kind of. Marianne Suze had craving for chalk when I was crazy.
She meant pregnant. No. I saw the post later. It's like, no, I meant pregnant, not crazy. Although I will say, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Yes, I did see the Justice League Snyder cut, and I loved every second of it. So,
I'm sorry I missed that. I witnessed dill pickle with grape Kool-Aid powers topping. You witnessed this? Sorry, Patrick. Do you understand that, Jason?
that's just the most. I'm
sure Patrick knows exactly what he's saying, and it's just come out like that. Hopefully, he'll reword that for us. We can usually try and work these things out, but
no, I'm not doing it. I know. I think I know where he's going. I'm not doing it. I hate pickles. I think I think what they're doing is dill pickles with grape Kool-Aid poured on top of it, or like the material that you use to make grape Kool-Aid, used sort of like as a topper for the dill pickle. I don't do pickles. I hate pickles. I think they are an abomination. I don't do it. My sister, when we were younger, she loves pickles. My daughter loves pickles. My sister would eat out like the center of a pickle and then reach into the popcorn and stuff the popcorn into it. And so I take a bite of this popcorn and I got bits of pickle in it. I'm like, I'm not going to movies with you anymore. Nah.
John Baker is eating cow's stomach lining, basically. Are you having that with vinegar? Or really? Do you like that tripe? I mean, there's nothing to. What is there about tripe? I mean, there's no flavor, is there? Is it not just?
So again, it goes back to it's a poverty dish, and you can make it depends on how you cut it. Like menudo. Menudo is just tripe, same thing, but it's flavored, right? It just goes back to the day when people couldn't be picky about what they ate. That's all it is.
Yeah,
we're just spoiled. Like I think lingua is one of the best parts of the cow. The tongue, cow tongue is amazing. And when most people are like, oh, I can't imagine eating cow tongue. I'm like, it's because you're privileged and you grew up in a society where you don't have to eat cow tongue. But it's amazing.
I like tongue. I do like, slice thin slices of it. We can have it. Is that how you have it there as well? Like a ham, like they prepare a ham in thin slices. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that. Rocky Mountain oysters. Is that not what we think they are? You see,
it's not what you think it is.
I had a feeling.
Or well, I guess it depends. It depends on what you think it is. It is something though. I don't. I will admit I don't. As much as I'm like, it just shows that you're privileged that you won't eat lingua or liver or whatever. It just shows that you're privileged. As much as I stand on what I've said, I'm not eating that. I'm not doing Rocky Mountain oysters.
Let's not go there then. Elvis Elk grilled peanut and banana sandwiches. I mean, I love banana in sandwiches, banana and butter. Just all that. Oh, nice. Some interesting things tonight. Teriyaki chicken I just saw there. Love teriyaki chicken. Sorry, I'm going really slowly through the message, the things, and that's why I miss them, the comments, because I'm going too slow. Oh, thank you, Troy. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
What's up, Troy?
Samuel, can't do spinach either. One time put spinach in my pocket because my dad was like, if you don't eat it, you can't go to the fair. That must have been messy.
Yeah.
Sticking the spinach in your pocket. Barley was one thing I couldn't eat as a kid. Barley. My mum made barley soup. And I remember.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. I was like, you're just randomly eating barley, but like barley soup. Okay, I could see that.
Yeah, randomly eating it. He never did that. But there's a texture to it where it's a bit slimy, isn't it? It's a little bit.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. And as a kid, I couldn't eat it. And my mum had made this soup, and I just remember there being lots of people around for dinner. And it took me ages to take all the barley out of this soup and put it all around the edge of the dish, of this soup dish. It had like a lid on it, a lip on it. And my mum came, like, walked past me and she went, eat all that barley. And she pushed it all back into the soup again. And I said, I don't want to eat it. It's making me feel ill. And she went, eat it. And I ate it. And I was ill, like, at the dinner table. When your body knows it doesn't want something, you need to listen to your body.
Yeah.
And
there's like quinoa. My body hates quinoa. Like, I don't mind eating it, but like I feel weird after eating it.
Some people can't get stuff even into the mouths. You know, you can tell immediately if you're going to react to something. That smile, Jason. That smile. But you know, I was going to say, when we force kids to eat food just because we think it's good for them or whatever, sometimes, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know where you've gone in your head there, Jason.
I'm really trying not to say anything at all. You're the one who said it. I'm just sitting here.
Did I say that? Okay, well, let's just move on. No, fried squirrel just makes me want to cry. I just, we don't do anything to them here. They're just free to roam. We wouldn't.
They're free to roam over here, but
I wouldn't even think about eating one here. We just wouldn't even make it. Not even McDonald's could introduce it as a squirrel burger. Just wouldn't even.
So here's the thing: we wouldn't either. But again, this goes back to ages of poverty, right? England is an older nation. Y'all haven't had to eat squirrel for a long time, but I guarantee you go back far enough, you have. There are people. In fact, there are people, again, poverty. We're eating squirrel. Nutria was a thing that a dude in Louisiana was killing and serving to his kids because they had no money at all. And Nutria is just basically a giant rat. It's more like a beaver, but it's not a beaver, but it's like a giant rat. And like, people are like, why are you eating them? Because we don't have money for food, so we're eating this. You know, a lot of it just goes back to just, you know, we're privileged to live in one of the most prosperous times in human history.
Yeah, definitely. Because obviously, you know, if I was living in them times, not lobster, squirrel would be fine. But yeah, it's just because I see him in the tree outside my house here eating nuts. I think, oh, you know, and that's it. Like, I'm not, you know, I'd probably veg before I'd eat a squirrel or something. But that's just me. It's just what I'm used to. And
again, that's the thing, is we're just privileged. Like, again, tasting history with I think it's Max Power, not Max, it's tasting history. They do this really great thing where he goes back and they go through these old cookbooks, right, from like 1,000 years ago. Things we've discovered about Sumerians. One of them was one of these texts that he references all the time has a recipe for flamingo tongue.
Right.
I never thought of that, but I've never looked at a flamingo and thought I would like to eat that. But it's also because I've never been in a position to need to eat a flamingo, right? So
exactly.
Needs
must. Patrick, yes, spinach works in garlic pasta too. Spinach is great in lots of things. Fresh salmon straight from the river, just frying real butter. Oh, very nice.
Love salmon.
Yeah, I do too. Lots of good suggestions tonight. I'm feeling really, really hungry. I've only got to here. This is how slow. It's just because I'm trying to get everybody's. Oh, is that a plane or something, or just
Oh, it's a car.
lawnmower or something?
Yeah.
Yes. Never had mud pies. I don't think they're healthy for you, are they?
I think that goes back to the pica conversation.
Yeah. Pork chops with mash, potatoes,
Yes,
pork gravy. Yes,
I think
absolutely.
we all agree to that. Yes.
Definitely. Definitely. So mustard greens and bacon grease.
Yes.
What, just bacon grease on its own?
No,
What's
the mustard greens are cooked in bacon grease.
right, okay. With bacon or just bacon grease? Do you just have like bacon fat hanging around that you cook with?
So again, old school. You cook the bacon, you save the drippings in that was the bacon grease,
Yeah.
and you would use that to make other food that's basically inedible, like mustard greens, edible.
Right. Oh, Patrick Vaughan. I think that's what he was on about, that
Hmm.
Kool-Aid stuff, maybe.
Yeah, that's got to be. That just sounds disgusting.
What's happening, Jean? Joey's getting married, but he's no money. I think that's what he's trying to say. Just have your own little ceremony. I'm pretty sure a piece of paper is a piece of paper that important when you get married. Is that all you do? Can you not just say your vows to each other, or is it important to? Oh, this is another
Well,
show. This is another show, isn't
it's
it?
another show, but but let me say this: the piece of paper is basically nothing. The real cost is having people come out and making a big to do about it. The one truth I have learned about for me, it's marrying. Obviously for men, it's marrying the right woman, but it's if 30 years from now, if the woman is looking a someone who's worth marrying is not going to look back on that wedding ring and care whether it was a diamond or glass. If they want the $10,000 ring, if they want the big wedding, they're not worth marrying. Straight up. That the people who want all the big things don't do it. It never works out. The ones that want to marry you are the ones that are happy with the glass ring and they're happy doing whatever you can do. That's it. In fact, the tradition of the big wedding has only come around in the last century or so. In fact, particularly in the South, people used to get married at fairs because that was when everyone was together. They would wear like whatever they wore on Sunday, and it would happen there. Boom, done. This whole big wedding thing happened from I was trying to remember. I think it was Queen Victoria, but her wedding was this big to do, and that became fashionable to wear this white special gown. Like all of this is only within the last century or so. So take of it what you will.
Yeah. And that's the most important thing, Joey, is that you love her. I hope that's
Yeah.
I hope that's the one you're marrying.
Yes, Joey. We really hope if Haley's not the one you're marrying, then you may have other issues that I don't think.
Yeah, you probably need to discuss that.
Yeah.
But yeah, like we say, it's not. Oh, there you go. Should be Haley Hayes. Haley Hayes.
Sounds like a comic book character. I approve.
Yeah, perfect. But yeah, you don't need a lot of money, do you? You don't need to make a big thing out of it. As long as you've got the right people around you and you love each other and just do it.
Yeah.
I think Kerry's in.
Oh.
Happy Easter, Kerry. I'm guessing you're on your way to work or packing, getting ready. Oh, yeah. Stuffed jalapenos. Parmesan cheese baked in the oven.
Tuna stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Oh, I'm getting so hungry. This is not good. Western Plate wish I had a big sister like me.
Aw.
Oh, that's cute. he's packing for the road and listening. I guess must be more worn out than me. I mean, I was saying before, just 7 nights of staying up late, but Kerry and the guys were all out there, weren't they, for 7 days, and it'll take a while, I reckon, to catch up with sleep and stuff. All right, okay. I think I spelled that wrong. So how long will the lockdown last? Ours is getting lifted very soon. Next week after, I think we start to. I've got an appointment at the hairdresser's on the 24th, so that's all I care about. Just getting my hair cut. At this point, anything else is a bonus. Well, look, we are coming up to the hour. I know we started a little bit late, but I've had fun. It's been interesting. I'm now going to go and cook something, obviously.
And at least try to get sleep, though. I mean, it is almost 1 o'clock there.
Yeah, but I had a nap before I started. Jean, I've had ostrich little fillet steaks.
Really?
It's delicious. It was delicious. Not something I would normally try, but they breed them over here, and it was actually at a Chinese restaurant, and they did it very simply. Very, very nice. Very, very tender. Worth a try. As also kangaroo steak. Amazing. Just amazing.
I've never had it, but I've heard of it. I've had kangaroo jerky, but I mean, that's a different, it's changed the profile. But yeah, I hear kangaroo's good.
Yeah.
Something to look forward to.
Yeah, it was so good. I ordered it again straight away. Steak and chips, kangaroo steak and chips. It was just beautiful. All right, guys. Well, I think we'll wind it down, and thank everyone for joining us tonight. I hope you've had a good night and enjoyed the chat. I have. Buying a marriage license. Sorry, I'll just. Hello, Miss Jones. I don't often see you in the chat. Good to see you here. Buying a marriage license easy when it's bought from the government. Oh, what counts is the marriage certificate when someone qualified marries them. All right. Okay. Yeah. I get that. I'm just saying, do we really need to go through the whole, red tape thing
Well, tradition is important, but I think the problem is we've confused tradition with spending money.
Yes. Yeah. As with all things, all traditions, Christmas especially, where so much money is spent when we don't need to. Yeah, we do like to go all out, don't we?
Yeah.
All of us, but yeah. So, guys, I'll see you on Wednesday night on the Researchers Report. And then on Thursday night, we've got another Drawing Bigfoot with Larry Batson. It's going to be amazing. And our guest will be Katie G. She's in the chat tonight. She had a good, it wasn't a good encounter for her, but she got a good look. She got a good look at the Sasquatch that was staring at her, standing in front of her. And Jason, what have you got going on? Anything?
We've got Monday night, like usual, and then the Not Another on Texas channel, Front Porch, and then I think we're doing something this Thursday. So Not Another Bible Study may be on Friday this week.
Okay.
But I need to get more detail on that. Unfortunately, I've been a little busy this weekend. So, but definitely on Monday on Texas show, and then after that we'll go from there.
Cool. And I'll see you here next Sunday. And anyone tonight, whatever you do now, go and head over to Rooted Expeditions, Zach's channel. He's just started. So until the next time that I see you all, take care. Kerry, have a safe drive to work. Jason, see you soon. And everyone, good night.